It is only when we truly know and understand we have limited time on earth, and we have no way of knowing when our time is up, that we will begin to live each day to the fullest, as if it were the only one we have. "20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. The purpose of life, after all, is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for a newer and richer experience. To those who stay put, the world is but an imaginary place. But to the movers, the makers, and the shakers, the world is all around, an endless invitation. So the only question left to ask yourself is, where should you go now?"
Hey, what is going on? What is going on, everybody? Ali Madawi, and welcome to the brand new edition of Yap Daily. It is Money Making Monday, baby. Never give up, never give up, never give up. And I am so excited and empowered by your presence. Let me say good morning to some amazing people. If it says Facebook user or LinkedIn user, that means you didn't give StreamYard the opportunity to show your name for me to give you a shout out. But greetings. Good morning. Arizona is in the house. What is going on? What is going on? Hey, what's up, rock stars? I am so happy and grateful to see each and every one of you in here. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Make sure you tag a friend, because I promise you, like I promise you, today is going to be one of those, oh my goodness, I am grateful that I did not miss this. If this is your very first time chiming in, my name is Ali Madawi, and I happen to be the global master trainer of an entrepreneurial community we like to call the Young Entrepreneur Project, where we help you start, grow, or scale a business, give you tools, resources in different verticals, or you can even monetize the platform by mentoring other individuals. And yes, I know for a fact that we are driven by success. So if you are here, you are a rock star. And so today I want to talk to you about processes that wealthy people literally live by every single day. And the reason I want to share this with you is many times individuals think to themselves, you don't understand. I did everything right and I'm still not successful. I did everything perfect. I practiced the law of attraction. I did this and I did that. All right, that's all great and all, but there is a reason why you're not getting to where you need to be just yet. That means that either what you're doing is not in alignment with who you are, because you can be reading all books in the world and attending every seminar, but what you're receiving might not be truly aligned with who you are. In other words, you're just trying to speak like someone else. You're trying to be someone else that you are absolutely not. So it's absolutely important for you to make a decision today to identify your alignment. And I'm going to give you just some guidelines, like I've mentioned, to have the ability to be able to identify what wealthy people are doing. Now, when I say wealthy, I'm not just talking about money here. See, for me personally, wealth is a line of abundance in every single area in your life. You could be wealthy in health. You could be wealthy in giving. You could be wealthy in so many different areas. It is not just about money. But I will tell you this, no matter what you're passionate about, having finances to back it up absolutely will provide you with the resources necessary to bless other individuals. I posted earlier this morning a note to my wife. If any of you know, I love my beautiful wifey, and I post about her all the time. And I talked about recycling profits. And some of you hit me up. They're like, what do you mean recycling profits? So the more you give out, the more you're going to receive. So all those profits that we receive, we operate with the give, save, and then spend mentality. In other words, we give to others first, we save for a rainy day, or we reinvest for a rainy day, And then eventually we'll spend a little bit of money on ourselves. We live on about 20% of what we make. And that's been the game plan since I learned the hard way about money, money, money. All right, let's talk about it. So let's talk about those processes that wealthy people live by. Number one, make sure that you challenge and you question yourself. Let me explain. There are many individuals, they fall into routines and they get very, very comfortable with them, right? Like, why are you doing what you're doing every single day? What is the core value and the driving force behind you waking up late or waking up early in the morning? Now, I'm not taking a jab or a dig at anybody. Wherever you are doing in your life, God bless. It's between you and your creator, right? However, it boggles my mind why sometimes someone, and I know so many people who are broke in every level, and I'm not just talking money here. They're broke mentally, they're broke from their health, their tank in every area is empty, 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 but yet they're comfortable enough to stay in bed late. They're comfortable enough to go out during the weekend. They're comfortable enough to just blow it up, right? There are people that I know, they check their bank app every hour to see, can I spend it? Can I spend it? Can I spend it? And you gotta question, why do I have the behaviors that I have? And then challenge yourself. See, wealthy people, no matter how excitedly happy, abundant, healthy, financially set they are, they're always challenging themselves to get to the next level. Again, a couple of days ago, I put out there that the rich always gets richer. And the day you identify and realize there is no poor, that's when you too will be richer. I got some pushback. Believe it or not, especially from our Twitter friends. I got a lot of pushback. Like, how could you say that? How could you say there is no poor? Well, that's because your mindset is fixated on lack instead of abundance. See, I used to feel bad for the person that had no shoes until I met the person that had no feet. See, the person that had no shoes is doing a little bit better than the person that has no feet. So you got to fix your stinking thinking, and I understand and identify that there is plenty of abundance. The only thing that is stopping you is limitations, not lack thereof. You just have to remove the limitations and the abundance is going to flow on you. So wealthy people always challenge and question themselves. Number two, wealthy people live in the future. You are to be a visionary if you want to accumulate wealth. In other words, you have to conceive it in order to actually, let me go back. You have to perceive it in order to conceive it. Therefore, you can receive it. Let me explain, because I'm about to go deep, deep, deep on you. Can I have your permission to get deep on you for a little bit? So let's talk about this perceive, conceive, and receive. Let's take the actual word out of the perceive, conceive, and receive, sieve. The word sieve, a Latin root from the word sivo, or if you say ego sivo, means I get. Sieve means get. So to perceive is to receive or to get awareness, right? So to get awareness, that's what perceive is. So when you bring awareness around you that there's abundance and there's a lot of good things that are happening around me that I can reach and grab, now you see it, right? In the future, you perceive it. Therefore, you can conceive. So the word conceive means to create or form an item or a device or even a creature. That's when parents conceive, right? They're creating or forming something or someone. So you got to, again, perceive it in order to conceive it, and then you receive it. Now, the problem with the programming that we all are having, we struggle with the perception. We don't perceive things, right? We see things are bad. We see COVID. We see the news media telling us all things are bad. Now, please, 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 I don't care what you are, left or right. The bottom line is what goes in here and what you allow your brain to accept. So you are to perceive greatness in order to conceive greatness in order to receive greatness. That's why the rich only gets richer, because they operate from that live in the future mindset, right? Number three, and I'm probably going to lose count on these. Make sure that they make sure they outsource busy work. Let me explain. I just had my own executive meeting with my wife and my sister. They're the president of my own company, my own brand, and my VP of operations. And I delegated everything else. I said, I don't want to do none of this stuff, not because I'm lazy, but I know my talent is needed elsewhere where I can make a greater impact instead of me doing administrative work. So I need you to take care of this, and I need you to take care of that. That way I can make myself available to the masses so I can do what I'm doing with you right now, right? So make sure you outsource. If you find yourself doing anything, ask yourself this question: how much would it cost me to hire someone to do this? Now, if you say, Upwork or Fiverr can do this for $5 to $10 an hour. You just demoted yourself to a $5 an hour employee in your own business. Oh my goodness. And you're still creating content. You're still creating pictures and images and videos. Outsource that thing. Because instead of spending or saving $5 an hour or $10 an hour, you could have been making $100 to $1,000 that very same hour by focusing on your talent. So wealthy, successful people, they are outsourcing busy work at all times. That's how they duplicate themselves, right? Wealthy people. The next one is exercise daily. Some of us go to the gym just so we can take a picture, so we can build a story. My man, my woman, do yourself a favor. Exercise for your own well-being. Some of us even have the wrong mindset. Like, oh, I'm going to the gym to extend my life. Dude, just go to the gym to feel good today. Go to the gym to have healthy stamina today. Work out with a DVD. Work out with YouTube. Walk, for crying out loud. Don't tell me you can't, or I don't have money for the gym, or I'm scared of COVID. Get the stinking thinking out of your head, and you need to be active every single day. Otherwise, you won't be able to maintain that stamina. Next, healthy people, right? Are wealthy people. So if you want to be wealthy, you want to make sure you take care of the engine itself, right? Wealthy people always eat extremely clean, extremely lean, extremely healthy. Now, don't get me wrong. We have a cheat meal every now and then. We live life a little when we go out for that one couple of day vacation or whatever the case may be. But throughout the whole year, man, I am on that progress and process, and my wife is feeding me kale and all lean stuff, right? So you have to eat healthy in order, again, to maintain that healthy stamina. You love my energy. You know where I get it from? Because I eat healthy. I drink a lot of greens. I eat good. I have snack bars. I drink enough water. I eat every 3 hours, even if it's a little itty bitty tiny snack. Like, that's how you maintain this woo-wee all day, every day, right? All right, let's keep it going. Wealthy people, they live minimally. Let me explain. So there are a lot of people, and I was one of those, where I get caught up in the larger things in life, right? Like, I got to eat the best steak, and I got to wear the best thing all the time, and I got to drive the best cars all the time. See, it allowed me to be caught up, or to try to live on a higher lifestyle while I compromise my core values, while I could have just been happy and healthy. Listen, let me tell you something. Don't tell this to my wife. She's probably watching right now, but just don't tell her anyways. So I am extremely happy with t-shirts and shorts. Like, I could wear the same exact color t-shirt every single day, 7 days a week. But my wife always says, this is what you're wearing. You wore this yesterday. Don't wear it again. Right? So my wife wants me to look the best that I can. And I tell you, if you've met me before and you're like, man, your outfit, yep, my wife dressed me. She sends me with Ziploc bags, with the socks, and, you know, the Post-its with the, here's what you're wearing with what. And I just follow orders, because I learned a long time ago, you got to make sure that you're listening to your beautiful wife. So wealthy people live minimally. I even upset people sometimes, because they'll ask me, hey, Ali, what do you want to eat? Whatever you order me the same exact thing. Dude, just pick something. Nope. I don't want to waste a decision. I don't want to waste my cognitive functions on something so tiny. I want to save that one decision for something big. If you've ever broke bread with me, if you've ever had lunch, dinner, breakfast with me, you know me well. If you do know me well, I never order from the menu. I always say, whatever he's having, I'll have. Or if it's the server and I'm by myself, hey, what do you like best in the menu? They say I'm like, order it. Just get it for me. Do you want just whatever you're gonna have normally have it? Just let me have the same thing, because I want to save that big decision for greater things. Let's keep going. Wealthy people, they read daily for self-improvements. Let me tell you, I'm up to 79 books this year. So far, I listen a lot more than I read. I listen to audiobooks, and many times I read or listened to the same books twice or three times if they resonated with me up front, but I just did not get all in the information that I wanted. So when was the last time you read a full book? And you don't have to be Ali. You don't have to do 79 books. I'm asking you, when was the last time you read a book, period? Whatever it took, a day, a month, a year. Are you reading right now as we speak? If you are not reading for self-improvement, you are not watering your growth. You are not watering your plants. And what happens when you don't? you get dry land, you get weeds, you get all these pests and mosquitoes. They start eating you out, dear plant, and then the plant ends up dying, and you wonder, well, we're not showing enough value. See, if somebody doesn't want to do business with you or doesn't want to pay you for what you offer, they don't see value in you. Point blank, period. They just don't see value in you. Just like once upon a time, I had no value to offer. But the more I started reading, the more I started learning, and I'm speaking about neurolinguistic programming, and I'm talking about the amygdala, and I'm talking about brain functions, and I'm talking about how you can create your own epigenetics and all these crazy things. Guess what? I just read books. And then I, by default, became a little bit more valuable than I was in the past. Next. Wealthy people, they learn something new every single day. Man, it is the most fascinating thing to me. My best friend is called Google. And I cannot tell you, the silliest things that I hear. So many of you may or may not know, I was born and raised in Morocco, Northwest Africa, and I lived there for about 16 years of my life since birth. So there are still things, slangs, sayings that I don't understand sometimes. And I would literally just jump on Google and I will identify what the thing says or what it means. And sometimes I'm like, why are they using such a thing in a derogatory way? And I find out like the history behind it was never derogatory. It just somehow, some way, the urban ways turned it the way they did. Let me explain. Can I give you an example? Let me give you an example of something you can learn every single day. So 2 weeks ago, we were in Florida, and I'm listening to audiobooks and I'm listening to different things. And I hear the author saying, I'm just an old redneck from the swamps of Louisiana. I'm like, why would people say that? Is that a derogatory thing? And then I looked at the history of that means. So that used to be a red neckerchief that people from the South or all over the country would wear in solidarity when the government wanted to remove the unions back in the early 30s. So everywhere around the country, they would wear red neckerchiefs around their necks, including the majority who were in the South. And that's how it became, oh, that's a redneck. That's somebody who's supporting the union. It was never derogatory. So I was like, man, that's awesome that I learned that. Another thing that I learned is the history of 9/11, right? Like the World Trade Center. It was a Japanese person who was afraid of heights who actually designed the whole thing and never wanted to go all the way to the top to see the view. How crazy is that, right? Like you don't even enjoy the own creation that even. So there was all these things. And when I learned them, it allows me to have fun, amazing, interactive, network-driven conversations. This is why it makes you interesting instead of just a person of value. Pretty crazy, right? That's how it all works, right? Just learn something new every single day. Next, show gratitude. Oh, man. I don't think I have to tell you about this. But if you lack the sense of gratitude from your senses, unfortunately, by default, you live on the lack. Unfortunately, you don't understand that you are abundant beyond your own imaginations. Because here's what I do know about life. Every single morning, you wake up and you lift head from that pillow. You have everything you've ever wanted right within you. And until you 100% believe it, not just understand it and recognize it, but believe it with every single thing that is within you, with every single ounce of bloodstream and energy that's within you, you're going to struggle and you're going to be missing out. People who live with gratitude, they live in a sense of, I can give it all. It'll come right back to me. I am happy. I am in love with who I am. I am good. I am not worried. I am not afraid. So you're living on such positive frequencies. By default, you start attracting positive people into your life. See, positive recognizes positive. It's like a magnet, right? So show gratitude to everything and everyone. I'm grateful for the struggles that I had to go through to become the strong man that I am today. I'm grateful for the money I lost so I can teach everybody else how to not lose money. I'm grateful for the lack of healthy body parts that I was, right? Heavy set or whatever the case may be, because I learned how to lose weight and appreciate my body and teach others how to do the same exact thing. So be grateful, right? Wealthy people, this is a big one, pass on TV and social media. Let me help you help you. So I've given up cable TV 5 years ago. Yeah, we're in 2021. So Yeah, just when about Sebastian was born. I gave up cable TV. We canceled it. We haven't had it. Now, don't get me wrong. We stream Disney and Hulu and all the different shows, right? And we have entertainment in our house, but we just don't have cable TV. So we removed negative news. We removed programming. That's why they call it TV programming. We removed being addictive to a specific show or a sporting event to make other people wealthy. For those of you who are screaming at your TV Sunday Night Football, God bless, nothing against it. I support entertainment. I was watching the Kansas City Chiefs myself with my brother-in-law yesterday. Go, go, go. But here's the thing. You're given the time to make someone else wealthy. That's the ratings. That's the sponsors. That's the NFL. That's the players. And God bless. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a little entertainment because it's the same thing for Disney, right? You give 2 hours of your life to a movie, you've made someone else wealthy. Just don't make it a habit of your life where you're compromising your personal well-being and your priorities for the sake of that. Like Monday night, it's the most important night for my business week. And if I was still watching the Giants like I used to, I don't know if they won or lost yesterday, which, doesn't matter, but I probably would have compromised my week so I can watch the game tonight. Some of you focus more on statistics of your fantasy football than you actually focus on the statistics in your own bank account. Sorry, I'm hurting your feelings a little bit, but it's true. Give up on that cable television and give it back to your life. Create your own show. Be your own star on your own movie that you are living right now. But no, you don't understand, Ali. No, you don't understand. You don't get to complain why the rich keeps getting richer if you're not willing to compromise those bad habits and fill them up with good habits. That is why the wealthy keeps on getting wealthier. Next, wealthy people wake up early. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. Every single morning, usually at 4, I beat the clock. But if I, press the alarm, that means like, man, I overslept a little. And I meditate, I read, I write, I listen, I do a whole lot of stuff. I have my whole routine and then straight to the gym. Straight to the gym. See, by the time you wake up, I'm already on my half a day. By the time you wake up, by 10:30, my administrative work, my team and I have talked, everything is ready, and now we're just ready to execute. So you got to wake up early. Again, oh, you don't understand, Ali. No, you don't understand. You'd rather sleep than actually build wealth for you and your family. You'd rather sleep than raise money for that nonprofit organization. You'd rather sleep than help your church do better, or your synagogue or your mosque, whatever the religious organization that you belong to. So wake up early. Wealthy people teach their kids to think rather than what to think. Ooh, this is a deep one for me. So Sebastian has a little desk. My little 4-year-old has a little desk on the right side of my office. And he knows when daddy is in camera, he never interrupts. He's in school right now, but he's always sitting next to me and he's always understanding and absorbing. Sebastian came to me and said, Papa, I want to have my own show. So he has his own show on Instagram, and they're pre-recorded series where he teaches kids things that he loves to teach. See, Sebastian understands the concept of give, save, and then spend. Sebastian understands the concept of that people are kind. They just don't know it yet. Yeah, Sebastian, his first day of school, he got hit in the face, came with like a whole bruise in here. As parents, like, what, are you okay? What happened? No, I told my body to heal. I'm okay, Papa. I told my body, feel better. He understands manifestation. See, I didn't have to tell him what to think or have to control his way of thinking or try to force him to believe something. I just allow him to be exposed, and by default, he's thinking for himself. You have to do the same exact thing for your children. Allow them to think for themselves instead of making them think what you want them to think. Wealthy people, they meet someone new every day. That's where the networking comes in. Wealthy people are mega networkers, and it doesn't mean network marketers. No, they're networkers, meaning they want to have the best of the best in their arsenal. The reason I keep doing as good as I am is because I keep around me people who are better than me, 10 times better than me. And I don't care if I'm not the smartest in the room, but I better be the number one in the world in anything and everything that I do, because I want to win, because I want to feel fulfilled. I got nothing against any of the public speakers. I got nothing against any of the coaches. God bless, they're impacting the world. But I'm going to be number one. And it may take me a day, a month, a year, or 5 years, but you better believe this guy, Ali Madawi, will be the number one motivational speaker, public speaker, and innovator the world has ever seen. That's because I'm challenging myself, right? I live by what I'm telling you right now. So make sure that you meet someone new every single day. Making sure, this is the next one. Wealthy people, they create a power list for a day-to-day operations. Now, if you heard anything from our community, if you know anything about our challenges, we teach the concept of the power list. Power list is 4 business things. It's not a to-do list. It is a must-do. I will not go to sleep until it's done list. And you take the most impactful 4 things in a business and 1 personal. And then you empower yourself. And when you get it done, you mark a win. And when you win a day, then you start winning a couple of days. Then you win the week. Then you win the month. Then you win the year. And now you have a winning lifestyle. It's not a to-do list. Don't put 17,000 things in it. It's only the 5 most important things for the day. So wealthy people live by the power list. And last but not least, you ready for it? Drum rolls, please. Wealthy people keep it simple. They keep it simple. Hey, it's 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, how did we create $1,000 an hour? We did what? Let's do that again. But now let's do it 10 times more. So we can create $10,000 an hour. Hey, how did we lose $5,000? We did what? Okay, got it. Let's not do that again. Let's go a different direction. It is all about keeping it extremely simple, because simple processes always are easier to execute versus complicated, fancy processes. I get people who are like, Ali, you need a funnel and you need this and you need that. No, I just need a virtual assistant. They'll do it all. See, I kept it simple. I don't want to learn none of that stuff. I don't want to put myself in a $5 an hour box. I have a team that's doing that for me. So you have to keep it simple. Now, I've given you 15 different items right now of what wealthy people do, but I'm going to give you a ninja bonus. You ready for it? Ridiculous, incredible work ethic. Wealthy people work harder than most people. Now, if you think I'm going to just work 3 to 5 years and become wealthy and live in the beaches of the world, you're thinking too small and you're stuck in a very, very small mindset. Why do you think Tony Robbins is working as hard as he is now that he has done in the past? What do you think Les Brown is still working as hard as he is right now as he's done in the past? What do you think Tom Ziegler, Zig Ziglar's son, picked up where his father left off? What do you think Elon Musk is sleeping in his warehouse twice a week because he has 2 different mega warehouses? What do you think Jeff Bezos is still traveling and working and doing all the things that he does? What do you think Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, as incredibly wealthy as they are still working hard? It is all about ridiculous work ethic, because we don't live for the wealth. We live for the impact. See, the wealth is just a tool for us to impact everybody else. The more I have it, the more I recirculate it. This is what I meant by recycling profits. The more I win, the more everyone that I come across virtually or in person is going to win with me. Whether it is the homeless person who everybody treated disrespectfully and I gave him a $10 bill and he looked at me like, "Are you serious, bro?" Yeah, bro, I'm serious. But everybody thought I was going to do drugs. I don't. And if you do, I'll pray for you for healings. It is time for you to put the work. Some of us are not even, I started with this. Some of us are not even where we want to be financially or health-wise. And we sleep and we don't try. We're giving life 50%. Let me ask you a question and put it in the comment. Put yourself in the comment. Have you given last week, 100% to your project? How much percentage would you say you've given last week? 10%? 20%? How much true effort have you given last week? Because last week was the beginning of our busy season. You know that, right? Last week, everybody's back to school. Last week, everybody's thinking about, oh my God, I got to buy school stuff. I got to buy Halloween stuff. I got to buy Thanksgiving stuff. I got to buy Christmas stuff. I got to buy New Year's party stuff. I got to buy, I can go on and on and on. It is from now all the way until summertime, nothing but I got to buy. The consumer is looking to spend money and you, the business owner, have what they want. How much percentage? Who's going to talk to me right now? How much percentage did you work in your project last week? Have you given 120%? 10%? 50%? 80%? Whatever you've given, that's your answer. That's your answer. It is time to win, and it's time to win big. No more playing into mediocrity. No more, well, at least I have plan A that gets me from point A to point B. At least I have a car. At least I have a roof above. Who wants to live in it at least? I can't look at my son and say at least. My son is expecting me to be great. My son is expecting me to change the world. My mother, who came to Orlando, finally understands what you do. She's like, I finally get it. Because she saw hundreds of people around her and the impact that I was creating. I was born, I was made, I was created, I was put in this role right now to impact the world in the most positive way possible. If you are not giving 120%, you gotta stop saying, I wish. I appreciate your honesty about the 50%. Did the company say, let's pay you 50% of the comp plan? Did the company say, hey, let's just give him 50% of the webinar? Let's just give him 50% of the website? No. You got 100% of everything everyone around you has gotten. If you don't give 120%, I don't want to be mean, but you don't get to complain. You don't get to say, I wish. You don't wish. You have everything. You just got to work. But no, we're comfortable. Anyways, I hope that I've motivated you enough, inspired you enough, and hopefully upset you a little bit just to make a change right here and right now. It is time. It is Monday. It is Money Making Monday. It's time for us to take over and change the world. I appreciate it and I thank you. Until next time, peace out, everybody.